Hey guys, I've been leveling my rogue on Sullust for around 3 months now, and I thought I'd make a video to help any beginners that are perhaps confused about any aspect of the process of leveling. Levels in Celtic Heroes range from 1 to 220, with 220 considered endgame. That being said, many endgame players level above 220, but it's not necessary. Leveling is an exponential challenge, with each level requiring more experience than the last. Personally, I classify level 1 to 130 as low level, 131 to 180 as mid level, and 181 plus as high level, based on the types of bosses that you can kill. Now, I don't mean to scare you, but if you haven't been through the tedium of leveling a toon to endgame before, let me forewarn you that it's not easy. Realistically, you'll have to invest at least 100 hours into leveling alone to reach 220. And on top of that, you'll be risking your sanity with the repetitiveness of killing the same mobs over and over again. That being said, I do believe that the grind is worth it, as the game really becomes fun once you can attend raid bosses. With that out of the way, let's get into the tips. Firstly, let's talk about how to gauge how close you are to leveling up. This is shown through the orange experience display when opening your stat page, or through the yellow display under your health and energy. The experience for each level is divided into 10 sections called bars. This yellow bar shows how close you are to completing the next bar. For example, the yellow bar shows me that I'm roughly 40% of the way to completing the 6th orange bar. Elixirs are your best friend. Always use a super elixir of knowledge when leveling. They last for 15 minutes each and increase your experience gains from mobs by 400%. Alternatively, you can use a heroic elixir of knowledge if you can afford it, which lasts the same time and increases experience by 500%. If you need more survivability, use health, armor, and defense elixirs. For more energy, use energy elixirs. And for more auto DPS, use haste and attack elixirs. Restoration potions are also great for keeping your health and energy up, but use them sparingly as they can get expensive. Another important tip is to get the Scholar ability, meaning that every time you kill a mob, there is a chance that it will give you double the experience. This chance scales as you increase the ability. As a rule of thumb, you want to make sure that your gear is at most 50 levels underneath you. For example, once you hit level 150, a mage should upgrade their offhand from a Focus of the Seer to a Focus of the Mystic. You should also ensure that you're keeping up with your armor quest. For example, at level 130 you should get full Frozen, and at 170 you should ideally get full Dragon Lord. This will really help with survivability for leveling. Leveling in a group will generally yield more experience per elixir than soloing. How the group dynamic works is that experience is divided equally among all group members, but you gain 30% bonus experience for each extra member. You can use this formula to calculate the difference in experience based on the number of group members. Generally speaking, the ideal is 3 group members for leveling, with a maximum of 5 before your experience is negatively affected. From my experience, the easiest classes to level are the Mage and Warrior, and I'll elaborate on this in another video. Keeping this information in mind, I still believe that you should choose the class that best suits your preferred playstyle, as it will be more fun in the long term. For the practical tips, I thought I'd include a clip of me leveling in a group, and I'll basically provide some tips that I've learned along the way. The first tip is good communication with the group. This means everyone should know which mob to kill next so you don't pull too many mobs. For example, one person can be allocated the role of pulling the mobs to the group, so everyone knows to kill that mob. Pathing is essential. This means determining the route that you will elix on before you start, so that you don't run out of mobs. This tip goes without saying, but only kill mobs that are at your level or above, otherwise the experience diminishes. Another tip is to take advantage of AoE skills like Ice Blast for mages, by pulling multiple mobs so you can kill them faster. From personal experience, if you're soloing, I wouldn't recommend engaging 4-star mobs, as they'll pretty much just destroy you. The last tip is to be mindful of certain interactions, which you will learn with experience. An example of this is, if you're a rogue, save your skills for when warriors shatter or when mages cast Pierce Lore. Another example would be, don't spam restos if you have a druid in the group. Hopefully some of these tips helped you guys out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.